Hey everyone, it's Trap Master Dale here, and today we are going to talk about how to increase the effectiveness of your TerraTrap GS system. We're going to go over some key points. When you first get your TerraTrap GS, it's going to smell like plastic. It's going to smell like the guy that put it in the box, and it's going to smell like you now that you've been handling it. And none of these smells are smells that squirrels are particularly fond of. So the very first thing that we're going to do with your brand new TerraTrap system is we're going to give it a dirt bath. The best dirt to use is the dirt right in front of the squirrel's burrow. This dirt already has the scent of the squirrels in it, and that'll make it more attractive to other squirrels. You don't need that much, maybe a half a bucket or so. You're going to really want to rub it in. Don't be worried that you have a brand new toy here. You want to give it a nice coat of dirt, and this will help it to blend into the natural environment here. You want to make sure you do the hood in and out, that you do the tunnel and the base in and out. And this is going to dramatically decrease the time it takes for a squirrel to feel comfortable to go into this trap. Now that we've given it a dirt bath, we're ready to place the trap. You're going to want to place your trap near some cover like this. Squirrels memorize their environment, and before they come to something new, they want to know they have a good escape route. So you're not going to want to avoid putting this out in the open where they're going to feel more vulnerable. By putting it in an area like this, you're going to increase the chances of success.
After you pick your location, you will want to create a shallow trench that leads into the trap. This will mimic their natural habitat. If possible, dig the trench at a slight downward angle into the tunnel. You can even place a small mound near the entrance to the station. This mimics the way the squirrels naturally enter the burrows, making the trap even more inviting. A well-shaped trench can make a big difference in your results. It is important to pre-bait the trap, not only to get the squirrels to get used to feeding in the station, but they will leave scents in the station that will help draw in others. I prefer to use unsalted roasted peanuts, but the beauty of this system is you can use any type of dry bait that the squirrels will accept. Make sure to pre-bait your station generously. Load the trap with plenty of peanuts. A single squirrel can clear out a small amount of peanuts quickly, so don't skimp. Once your TerraTrap is set, avoid moving it frequently. Squirrels memorize their surroundings, and consistency builds their confidence. Even a few inches of daily movement can make squirrels wary. Set the trap in a strategic location and leave it there for at least a week before you make any real adjustments. Baiting nearby squirrel burrows can help increase the trapper's success. Place peanuts deep inside the burrow to draw the squirrels out while avoiding birds and other non-targets. Baiting burrows ensures the squirrels are actively looking for the bait inside of the station, increasing your chances of success. Once the squirrels get a taste of the bait, they will start actively searching for it. After 1 week, check for signs of activity like missing peanuts or tracks. If there's no activity, relocate the trap to an area with more squirrel traffic. Look for areas with fresh burrow openings or signs of squirrel activity such as tracks or droppings. A slight relocation can make a big difference in attracting squirrels to the station. After you confirm pre-baiting went well, it's time to set the trap.
First thing what I'd like to discuss with you today is how to install the CO2 cartridge onto the system. So we get these CO2 cartridges from automatictrap.com, and basically you can see here this is where they're going to go, and you're going to install it here and you're going to turn it until it gets a little tight. You don't want to go too fast at first. And then when you get there, you want to quickly install it, and the CO2 is ready to go. Okay, next I would like to show you how to install the digital strike counter onto the system. And first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that this is reading 0, and it is not. This one has 2 kills on it already. So we're going to let the screen go dark, and then I'm going to push and depress this button, and it started to flash, and now it's reading 0. So we are good to go. What we want to do is we want to install this so that it fits in the same profile as the CO2 cartridge. So it's going to go on just like that. So basically I put it on, and I like to twist it around clockwise like that. And now we have our digital strike counter installed properly. The next thing I'd like to show you is our new improved peanut holding basket. Allows you to put a peanut into the trap. It holds it right perfectly right above the trigger there. So we're going to take a peanut and we're going to stick it through the center. I'll actually grip this, and you only want it sticking through about maybe ½ inch like this. Then you can screw it back onto the trap. And what I like to do is I like to fill the whole thing up with peanuts. So we'll just load this thing up here with peanuts. Okay, all right. We're going to get this thing ready to catch squirrels. So the first thing what we're going to do is we need to install this system onto the base here. So in the back of this there's a tab, and it would just fit right in there pretty easily. And in the front there are some indications here, and that's where you're supposed to put your fingers. And what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze them in this way, and it should just drop the trap right in. You want to make sure that this guide on the top is lined up. All right, so the trap is ready to go, ready to catch a squirrel. What I like to do is I like to load these things up with peanuts. So we're going to put quite a few peanuts back here. This is just to add to the attractiveness of the station. The squirrels won't actually be able to get to any of these peanuts, but I like to put quite a few in there. I'd like to talk to you about this slider mechanism. This is the slider right here, and of course it is sliding back and forth on this tab. So what we do is we put the rock top on, start from the front, and we rotate to the back. And what we want to do is have that slider line right up with that hole. This is the locking pin. Push the locking pin through, and it helps to secure the top so the top won't come off.
For the first few captures, remove the squirrels promptly, within 24 hours. Dispose of them in a nearby field to attract the scavengers. These will help maintain the trap over time for you. Once scavengers become regular visitors, they'll handle most of the cleanup, making the TerraTrap a very low maintenance solution. We recommend serving the trap at least once a month. Make sure to load it up with some fresh peanuts or other dry baits and change the CO2 cartridge. Inspect the areas for activity and move the station only if it's inactive but you see squirrel activity nearby. It never hurts to pre-bait again whenever you're having trouble catching them, or to relocate the trap to a new area. I'm Dale with Innovative Trapping Solutions. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more tips to help you trap smarter and not harder.